Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do it from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
Welcome and good morning to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I'm also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park, giving you the information you need to know, want to know, and deserve to know. And as always, we have a wonderful show this morning. I really need you guys to stay tuned in, locked into your seats, because we have some good information for you. We have a foundation that we really need you to be a part of. We have a mother who's here. She's going to be talking about how she lost her 15-year-old daughter to gun violence in the city of Detroit. Her name is Miss Tawana Rankin. Her daughter was Miss Jada Rankin, and she's going to talk about how she used that pain and you turned it into positive energy to give back to families, to help families get through those troublesome times. And she just wants to make sure that you guys know what to do and how to do them. And she's going to be here just kind of answering any questions. So you can always feel free to call in at 313-868-0342. Again, that's 313-868-0342. We also have Mr. Armand Rashad, owner of Jabs Gym right in the Eastern Market, downtown Detroit, and he is the creator of Run This Town Detroit. He's going to be talking about health and wealth in the city of Detroit and how you can be a part of his gym and some of the goals and things that he has going on for this summer. So make sure you stay tuned in, stay locked in, and we'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B, Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do it from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
Welcome back and good morning to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley B, Marley Blackman, and I am also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park. Today we have joining us Miss Tawana Rankin. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm well.
Good. Thanks so much for getting up this early and joining us on the show. We're always wanting to make sure that we're providing good information to the citizens of Highland Park and beyond.
Okay.
And we just want to make sure that the stories that's out there, the things that people are going through and how they're handling them, and also the information that's out there. Because I think that we do a very poor job as a community with sharing information.
Absolutely.
So every time that I hear something or there's something out there and I know somebody's going through something, I want to make sure that we have the information and we're giving it back to the community.
No problem.
So thanks so much for being here.
No problem.
All right, so first of all, I want to say I could not even imagine Today, it just so happens I have my 15-year-old son
Absolutely.
in the
I see
studio
that.
with me today, and that's not that it matters, but literally that's my only kid,
Okay.
and I couldn't even imagine something as horrific happening to him that has happened to you and Miss Jada. And they always say that, you know, our children are loaned to us from God.
Yes.
And it's his final, he has the final say in
Absolutely.
everything. And it seems like that's the approach that you have taken.
Yes, I have.
And I really respect that.
Thank you.
I really respect that
Thank you.
because you could have taken this a whole nother way. You could
Absolutely.
have literally stopped living, which I think that I would probably do. But you never know what you would do
You
in that
never know till you get
situation.
in the situation.
Tell me, how did you find your strength? Let's start there.
Well, I found my strength not only through God but through Jada.
Okay.
Jada is a very, she's a very, very strong. She was a very, very strong 15-year-old.
Yes.
She was very warm. She was very kind. So her heart was just pure. So
Okay.
I found my strength not only through the word, but also through my own daughter.
Okay.
Because who she was is who I am.
That's amazing. And offline, you kind of talked to like the pre-interview before the
Yes.
interview. You told me that you were very standoffish.
Yes.
You were
That's who I
very
was
like,
as a
don't
person.
bother me. I'm not a
Yes.
people person, you know, that
Absolutely.
kind of thing. But your daughter was very bubbly and the
Yes,
butterfly of
she
the
was
room.
yes.
And so now you're that person.
I'm not gonna say that, but I am that
You're
person.
working to
Yes,
be
I'm
that way.
working it. Yeah. I'm working to be that
Okay.
person. On the benefit of her.
Yes.
Keeping her legacy alive. Making sure that her name doesn't go unknown.
Yes.
Because who she was. So yeah, I guess I am the butterfly now.
Okay.
Yes.
And so she's your angel.
That's who
She's
is.
in it. She's your angel flying over you, and she's so proud of you.
I hope so. I ask her
'Cause
all the
you-
time to
you're-
make, if I'm doing the right job for you.
Yeah, she is so proud of you because just what you've told me, you're doing a lot of great work.
Yes.
So tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so I founded a nonprofit organization called Justice for Jada.
Yeah.
It was founded after Jada was murdered.
Okay.
And in my organization, what I do is I support other parents who lost children to gun violence.
Yes.
So all year I sponsor and I host fundraising events.
Okay.
So with the proceeds, we reach out to mothers and families who lost their children to gun violence,
Mm-hmm.
who need support as far as funeral costs, flowers, as far as just helping them along the way.
Okay.
I also have a Jada Rankin Scholarship Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is this year we donated scholarships to students of class of 2019
Wow.
at Sterling Heights High School
Wow.
this year alone.
Okay.
This year in November, I host a Black Tire Fair fundraiser.
Okay.
So the proceeds from that go to the students to get the scholarships.
Okay.
So, during the year, I have the fundraisers to
Okay.
support the parents like myself.
That's amazing. And you were telling me about. So first, before I say that,
Okay.
that's Jada would want you to do something like
I
that.
hope so.
She would
I'm
have
doing
wanted
it.
you to provide opportunities for her peers,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And is that what you felt? That's why
That's
you wanted
exactly
to do
why
that?
I did it, because
Okay.
Jada used to, when she was in high school, she used to tutor the special ed students.
Okay.
She is big on education.
Okay.
So it was my duty to make sure that not only her fellow students, but people that lives below the poverty line is able to accept and have the privilege to attend college also.
Wow, wow. And so you were telling me that she was in Detroit
Yes.
just with her family
Yes.
and just a regular day out, just,
Yes.
Had no idea, just an innocent standby. She was just innocently standing there.
Yes.
And someone drove past and just opened fire
Yes, ma'am.
into a crowd of over 20 people.
Yes.
Wow. And out of everyone that was standing there,
She was the only one that got
she
shot.
was the only one that got shot.
Yes. That's what happened.
Wow. And so right where she was,
Which is in front of my mother's house that she'd been living there 40 years.
oh, unbelievable. Few doors down, there's a park.
few doors down is a park.
And what's going on with that park?
Well, the park, the park is our neighborhood park, but the park was called Sawyer Playground Park. But the
Yes.
city of Detroit, thank you, Mayor Sheffield and Councilman James Tate and the
Okay.
city council for renaming the park to Jada Playground.
That is amazing.
Jada Rankin Playground. That is the name of the park now.
Wow, that's amazing. We have a caller on the line. Let's see what's going on.
Okay.
Hi, caller. You're live on the air with Marley B. How are you? Hello? Hello? All right, I don't know what's going on. All right, so what's next for you? Because you have the rest of your life, you're going to be doing this, right? This is now your life
Yes,
journey.
this is my life journey.
So
and
what's next?
what I want to do is I want to be able to go out and be the voice of parents who lost children to gun violence. I want to be able to go out to state,
Yes.
and show parents that it's okay to grieve and it's okay to cry, but we have to get up and our voices have to be heard.
Yes.
Because we're going to cry the rest of our lives, but until they hear us, they're not going to know us.
Right.
So we have to get out there and we have to show them. We have to live for our children. Our children live for us. Now we have to live for them. And we have to make sure that whatever they left,
Yes.
that people continue to know that the grief and the pain will never go away. But we're never going to let nothing stop us from letting people know who our children is.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Are you going to take this? I know you're just in Metro Detroit. Are you
Yes,
going to take this nationally, or
yes,
at least
I
throughout
would love to take it
across
nationally.
U.S.?
Yes, I will. I would love to be a part of every country, not just the U.S. Every country
Okay.
that people or families have experienced gun violence.
Okay.
You have people that organized and everything, but I'm the mother. I want to be a part of mothers. I want to be
Yeah.
a part of families. I want us to stand together. I
Yeah.
want us to let people know that this not going nowhere.
Yeah.
This is not going anywhere.
All right. That sounds amazing. All right. So 15 years old when she lost her life to gun violence, and that's the story
Yes.
of so many people, not just in Detroit. I
Yeah.
mean, you just, every time I turn on the news, it's something that's going on. It's something that's happening. And you want to protect your kids. You kind of just want to lock them in the house and don't want them to go anywhere, but you can't do that.
Right.
You just got to stay prayed up, and it seems like that's what you're doing. You put God
Yes,
first.
absolutely.
Is there any way that you can let the people know how to get a hold of you if they want to be a part of what you're doing?
Well, yes, you can always reach me at www.justiceforjada.org. That is my website. You can reach me there. We take donations there. You can apply for the scholarships there. Every current event and every past event is there. I can also be reached at 313-208-0898. My email is justiceforjada@hotmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Justice for Jada. Anything, any questions, anybody that needs to be spoken to as a family, as a mother, as a father, I am open any time of the day. We do accept donations because we have to. If I don't do anything else, I have to support parents who lost children to gun
Yes.
violence. And we have to make sure that they have someone to talk to, someone to lean on, and just the assistance of their life, their current life
Yes.
that they have been put in.
Okay. That's wonderful. Thank you for everything
No,
that
thank
you're
you.
doing. And I'm sorry that you had to lose your child to do this, but God knows what he's doing, right?
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right, give me a
Thank
hug.
you.
Mwah.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And anytime you feel like this is a platform that you can always use.
Okay, thank
Anytime
you.
you want to come back, you want to promote an event. As a matter of fact, why don't we do that? The
Yes.
very next event,
My very
fundraiser,
next
let them
event
know.
is, I have two. I have a bowling event at Renaissance Bowling Alley in Detroit on Woodward.
Okay.
June the 30th from 3 to 6. Tickets are $20 and it's 3 hours of bowling. But the next event is the August 24th at Jada Rankin Playground Park. It's called the Ride for Justice Against Gun Violence. There we will have fun in the park. We also are going to feed 800 families. We need all the families to come out. We have a huge food truck coming out, bringing 30 to 40,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
So we need everybody that want help, need help, come out. August 24th, the ride started at 12 o'clock, and we're there till 4. Everyone is welcome. Jada Rankin Playground.
Perfect. You did that so well.
Thank you.
All right. All right, you guys, stay tuned in, stay locked in. We just heard from Ms. Tawana Rankin. Make sure that you reach out, make sure you get involved. And if you are dealing with anything like this, or you know of anyone who's dealing with anything like this, please reach out to Ms. Rankin so she can be of some support to you. And you guys can work together to get through this. It's a family. We need to make sure that we're working as a unit and a family within the city and around the city of Highland Park and Detroit. Up next is Mr. Armand Rashad, owner of Jab's Gym and the creator of Run This Town Detroit. So stay tuned and select in, and we'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B. Providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use the internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I am your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I'm also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park, giving you the information that you need to know, want to know, and deserve to know. As always, you can be a part of the show by just dialing in at 313-868-0342. Again, that's 313-868-0342. Again, we have joining us. I'm so honored that he found the time. He's so busy with trying to get Detroit into shape, literally get Detroit into shape. Mr. Armand Rashad, owner of Jab's Gym. How are you?
Marley B, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. But, you know, you're not... You're not, you know, you're fans of the camera. You're always on TV. You're always on Fox 2 showing everybody how to work out and the cool things to do. Tell me about an average day for you. How do you start your day?
I start my days about 4:45 in the morning.
Wow.
Right. Starting the day with a cold shower before I check
A cold
emails.
shower. Why a cold shower?
Yeah, so there's all types of health benefits related to cold showers. So one, it jumpstarts your immune system. It helps with a lot of metabolic activity. It also helps manage stress, which is
Like
the main
ice
reason.
cold?
Yeah. So just put the cold water on. That cold water before you turn it all the way to the right. You keep it right there when you first turn it on to like cold.
Okay.
Yeah, it just jumpstarts you. For people who have early, I actually learned that from one of the big real estate agents in New York.
Really?
From $1 Million Listings, I think I was watching it.
Really?
He talked about the effects of cold showering. So, yeah, so I do that early in the morning to get me going. Occasionally, I get a cup of coffee downstairs, out of a Keurig, and then I kind of look over finance and see how the gym is performing, see how some of my other businesses are performing.
Look at that. You hear that, you guys? Like, that's how you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You like, look at the numbers. Take a cold shower and then look at the numbers.
Yeah,
All
cold
right.
shower, look at the numbers, right? Look at what's happening on social for a little bit, as far as with interaction with my personal social medias as well as the gym social media. Then I get to the gym. I usually get to the gym a little bit after 6 if I am coming in that morning
Okay.
to say hello to staff and the team and see what's going on with everybody and wish everybody good morning and say hello to all the clients who are there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed early in the morning. And it's just a great flow from there. So we might go to meetings after that. And typically my day slows down about noon or about
Because you start
2 p.m.
early.
Yeah.
So that's the best way to do it,
I've
right?
gotten so much done at that point. So, so and then later on in the evening, I may have some different social events to go
Yeah,
to.
absolutely.
Maybe some Hour magazine events, or it's a lot of different variables after about 2 p.m. So
All right, you're pretty popular. So do you find yourself so popular that all the who's want you to be their trainer?
somewhat.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about it is that we're in Michigan, so it's not quite like if I lived in California or maybe in Miami.
Yeah.
So a lot of the who's aren't even big into fitness.
Okay. Isn't that
believe it or
something?
not. Yeah, it's interesting.
Why
I
is
just-
that? Why do you think that is?
So I think it's a cultural thing, right? And I
Yeah.
also think it's because we live in the Midwest, and the Midwest is a place where, we have bigger houses per square foot, and we just kind of spend time inside, right?
And
We're not-
in our cars?
In our cars,
Driving
we're the
it
motor
everywhere?
city, right?
Yeah.
We drive around the corner all the time.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it as well.
Yeah.
But just I think from the area we're in, we just don't tend to take fitness as strong as a Boston or San Francisco or,
Yeah.
a Minneapolis even. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one of your goals, is to kind of change that a little bit? Do
Yeah,
you
it's
want
funny.
to change that?
So Marley, that's a perfect
Question?
that's a perfect question, right? So I recently spoke at the Detroit Detroit Policy Conference.
Okay.
Where I spoke, right? And I spoke right after Dan Gilbert on his thought
Get
process of
outta
what
here. That's awesome.
Detroit looks like in 30 years,
Yes.
right? And when I spoke about it, I talked about Detroit being one of the most healthy cities in the in 30 years. And recently, last year, a survey came out, or a study that ranked the top 150 cities
Yeah.
in terms of health and wellness.
Yeah.
And Detroit was dead last.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't you hate
Detroit
that?
it was horrible.
Yeah, you're like,
what?
what?
So that's why I'm here, and I think there's a lot of opportunity and growth.
Yeah.
To be able to continue to grow not only Jabs Gym, but other gym businesses and other
Mm-hmm.
physical fitness related businesses in the city. So
Okay. And so with Jabs being, I mean, your location is amazing. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's an awesome location, yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing location. Just so happens you're right there next to Beyond. What is it?
yeah,
Beyond.
yeah, we're on top of Beyond Juice.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can just send them down. Like if you want to eat healthy, it doesn't have anything to do with you, but it just worked
Right,
out
yeah.
perfectly, right?
Yeah. My Joe's a good friend of mine who owns the Beyond Juice franchise,
Yeah.
and it's perfect because my partner's gym, which is Jabs in Birmingham,
Uh-huh.
there's a Beyond right next to that one as well.
Oh,
So
good.
they tend
Did
to
you guys
follow us around.
strategically do
Yeah,
that?
Beyond follows us around. They're like, Jab's gonna have a lot of clients, so they're gonna. So then
That's
it makes
cool.
a lot of sense, and it's a perfect marriage because we all know that it's not only physical activity, but it's
It's what you eat.
what you eat as well.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. Now, do you think I just watched this documentary on HBO,
Mm-hmm.
and it was talking about it was called Fed Up. Have you seen that?
Fed Up?
It's about sugar intake.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I kind of can understand what path is going down.
It's like, okay, so they take you through this walk of back in the 60s, 70s about how people started working out,
Yeah,
and they were really pushing no sugar, and people were healthier.
yeah.
And then the food industry started
Yeah.
losing a ton of money. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, stop pushing this.
Right,
Because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
losing a ton of money.
Absolutely,
And so,
absolutely, yeah.
obviously, they work together.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, well, let's say no carbs, right? Let's push the calories and carbs.
Right.
Kind of a thing. And so that's what it was. So then they're like, okay, so since we've changed that motto, people are more obese. They're,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
they're,
absolutely, yeah.
And it's like, because it's really about the sugar.
Oh yeah, the sugar. I mean, sugar is a deadly killer. Like sugar
That's
is
what it said. I was
sugar's
freaked out by it.
addictive. Sugar is one of the closest things I heard it compared to cocaine before. Actually,
They said
believe it or
that.
not, yeah,
They said that.
No, sugar is tough. If you try to stop eating sugar, you will start to feel physical.
2 weeks. I
relapse.
watched it 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yesterday was
You tried to cut back on sugar, and
I
have
have
you
a-
felt different physically?
absolutely until like this weekend. One of my best girlfriends makes the best cookies, and she was giving me a gift.
Oh wow!
And
she
she's
gave
like,
you cookies.
"You need to try it." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't
Wow.
want to be rude." And it was like, "Oh my God, these are so good." But
No,
yeah,
100%.
but yeah, 2 weeks. I felt amazing, and we'll
Yeah.
still like I'm back on it, but yeah, it's like you definitely can feel the difference.
No, 100%. Because you focus on calories. I mean, you can essentially burn calories, right?
Yeah.
You can burn those, but sugar is one of those things where it kind of has to work its way through your system.
And well, it goes right to your pancreas.
no, 100%.
And then it goes
Yeah.
right to fat.
Right
and
to
then
fat,
it, like,
right? And
clicks
it's
on
tough,
you
and
stays
it
there.
holds on to those molecules. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sugar is a tough one, man. It also is like the enemy of like if you're an athlete,
Mm-hmm.
it's the enemy because it makes your body soft. which everyone wants to be firm, everyone wants to be retoned, and
Yeah.
it's the exact opposite of that. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, sugar is a very tough one.
So my son's an athlete, and all he does is eat sugar cereal,
Yeah.
sugar waffles with tons of syrup.
You got to be careful. I mean, I was all state in track and field in high school, and I also played college football at Wayne State University.
Yeah.
And that sugar piece and how strong you are is directly correlated. You can't play around, which that's why you look at Floyd Mayweather. He's 40 years old, and he just finished boxing.
Yeah.
He doesn't drink alcohol because it's too much sugar. You know what I mean? Typically, when you drink, alcohol, there's some type of mix.
Absolutely.
Simple syrup and all that stuff in there, and that's just detrimental to your body.
What do you think about wine?
Yeah, I mean, I love wine personally, but I think everything in moderation, and I especially think when you couple the idea of liking a lot of wine but not being super physically active, I think it's problematic.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, to be honest, not to be the bearer of bad news.
No, I want to
Yeah.
hear that. I want to hear that because that's like my personal
Yeah.
thing. It's like, oh, I would have a glass of wine, but it's like that's sugar as well.
It's grapes.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So I mean, and I'm all about having a good time. I'm all about having a good glass of wine.
Yeah.
And, I love old fashions. I'm a bourbon drinker.
Okay.
So I really love bourbons. Right. I went down to Kentucky just to try bourbon.
Okay.
And I have to be careful with that because when I drink an old fashioned, they're mashing up sugar
you're muddling
and
stuff
muddling
at the
stuff
bottom.
all in the bottom, and
Yeah.
you got to be careful with them because if I do that too much, sooner or later it's gonna overtake me and send me in the wrong direction physically.
So, okay, well, let's talk. So, everything that literally this platform is about is just making sure that we're giving the community some information.
Yes.
And so, one of the things that, and I'm not physically fit literally at all, just simply
You look good,
I
right?
don't have
Yeah.
the time to go.
Right.
I want to talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you, I need to peel myself out of bed. I did it a couple of times. I was like, I felt great, but it's like with women, you do it, then it's your hair. And then it's so much
so
pulling
much, yeah.
yourself back together.
I get it.
What do you say?
I read this good book by Roy Vaden. It was a New York Times bestseller. It was called Procrastinate on Purpose, right? And what it talked about is putting the things that are at least important to you last, right? And unfortunately, health and wellness, based on where you come from in our community, that may be something that's not that important, right? It's like, I got all these things, I got my kids, I got this, and we understand that.
Yeah.
But in your head, though, logically, your ideal self, you do want to be a healthy person. If I ask any person on the street, I would say, hey, Marley, you want to be healthy? What would you say? Armand, absolutely, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I want to be healthy.
Yeah.
So the idea is you have to schedule those things first. I mean, I want to be a good son. I want to be a good grandson. I want to be a good friend. Hopefully in the future, I want to be a good husband and a good dad, right?
Yeah.
So those other things that are not that have to start sliding down that list. So I guarantee, Marley, I know you got a packed schedule, but there's things on your schedule that are not nearly as important as your physical health in your
That's
body.
very true.
It's just not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if we wrote them down right now, we can start crossing them off like, this is not this important.
Yeah,
This is not
you don't
important. And we
have to
can
do
find
that.
30
Yeah.
minutes to get a walk in. We can find,
Yeah.
and you don't have to be sweating all tough. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And you
I
have to
get
be in
it.
Jabs Gym getting it in
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, I think that physical activity is going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
It's going to take you to another level. And we've seen the statistics that being physically healthy brings you. You know what I mean? Even people who are physically healthy make more money. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
mentally, yeah.
so much to it. So,
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
That's actually pretty good. All right. So if you leave here and you just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
drive up Woodward, the saddest thing to me is to see our African American people
Yeah.
either in those little motor things
You got to motorized scooters.
or really out of shape and just unhealthy, walking on a
Yeah.
cane or just walking.
Right.
And they're coming from Popeyes, or they're still fueling their bodies with this
Yeah.
horrible stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, how do we? And you don't have to answer this right now, but
Yeah.
this is something
No, I got to answer this, I guarantee it.
Do you? Because I'm like, how do we change that mindset when you're grandma, mom, friend, sister, brother? You're already on. You already are physically
Yeah.
diabetes and everything under the sun. You're taking medication for.
No, 100%.
But
Yeah.
as soon as you leave that doctor's appointment, you're going to get the fried chicken or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whatever.
You know,
How do we change
The
that
collard
mindset?
greens, the turkey, and all. I mean, all
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, I tell my grandma all the time, "Hey, grandma, I'm not gonna eat that. Just don't come around here with this healthy stuff, right?"
Uh-huh.
And I think it all starts with education, right?
Yeah.
There's a direct correlation with the higher people are educated, and I think they use formal education as
Yeah.
the gauge, but we can even talk about self-education, which I think
Yeah.
is the most powerful education.
Yeah.
The more you know, the more you realize, like, man, the stakes are really, really high.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most expensive things that we're ever gonna encounter in life, being an American, is health insurance and healthcare, right?
Yeah.
Insurance, and and like healthcare insurance is one of the highest things. So the number one reason for bankruptcy is healthcare.
Yeah.
So most of the time we put our health to the back burner because we're like, man, I got to make money. I got to build, I got a family to take care of, like all these different things.
Yeah.
Not realizing we're counterproductive because if we were, it's kind of like speeding to not get, speeding to work to hopefully be able to pay for your insurance.
Yes.
Well, if you just didn't get speeding tickets,
right,
your insurance would be lower in the first place.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't feel the need to work so much. So it's kind of like the cart before the hearse type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that, I think if we focus on the education of it, of like really what this stuff is doing, and Popeyes is good, right, every once in a while. But if we focus on the education of it all, I think that we will start to make better decisions. And hopefully generationally we can continue to get better as well.
So, there's a myth out there, and I call it a myth because it's not true, that eating healthier is more expensive. It's not true. They could go right to Eastern Market, right in your area, on a Tuesday market, on a Saturday.
Well, great point. Yeah.
All of the veggies and all of the stuff that you need.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're going to Kroger or anything like that, or
everyone thinks they have to go to Whole Foods, but that's not the case.
You don't. It just needs to be, And I think this is what I think. I think as long as you're shopping on the outside of the market, don't go in the aisles because the aisles have all the preservatives and I don't eat meat, so but I do eat fish or what have you. But I still cook it for my son. But still, if I'm on the perimeters, I know that I'm staying away from all the stuff that's bad for you.
Wow, what a great point. I never realized that.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that, Marley.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you credit for it twice. And after that, I'm just going to steal it. Because I never thought about that. All of the healthy stuff is on the outskirts.
Yeah.
And you get the sugary
Stay out of
cereals in the middle. And
Stay out of the aisle.
In the processed foods are in the middle.
Yeah. Everything is in the aisle that's horrible for you.
Right. Because it doesn't need to be refrigerated. Because it can stay on your shelf for years and be fine.
It's crazy.
That's
It's got all the preservatives, all the sugar. I was looking at bread yesterday, and I'm just like, how does bread have 21 grams of sugar?
Yeah.
Bread that has all the seeds and everything around that you would think would be healthy, but it's not.
It's perception,
It's perception. And and so we have to understand that the big food distributors, it's an industry. It's there to make money. And it's there, the packaging, the way that they package it, the way that they do everything is to sell it to you. Yeah. But they don't care about your health.
Even colors, right? Colors have to do with what wakes up your taste buds.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And right now, I think, if I told you, Marley, hey, look, we're gonna bake pies, right?
Yeah.
And and let's see who can bake the best pie, right? You're gonna say, look, I want to produce the best possible pie to take care of my family, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want, so we can eat nice and we can, live a certain lifestyle. So you're right, they're not gonna care about what they're feeding you. They're like, look, let's give them whatever it is. Let's put tons of sugar. If you like sugar, cool. You're gonna eat it from somewhere. So let's give it to you. It's almost the same. Sorry, control. It's almost the same thought process I've heard. I watched the movie American Gangster. You ever seen American Gangster?
Oh, I have a favorite movie.
Right, and Frank Lucas at the end when he's sitting down with the police officer. He says, "Hey, look, they're gonna shoot dope anyway. They're gonna use drugs anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if you lock me up or not.
Right.
So I guess these food distributors are saying, hey, look, they're gonna eat bad anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I give it to them or Kraft gives it to them or you know what I mean.
Whoever gives it to them, so, I might as well get my fair share.
I might as well get my fair share.
That's right.
So
we're not reading. And this is crazy. Yeah. USDA does not have to put everything on the packaging label.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So the government is really not protecting us.
No.
As we think. No. That they're supposed to. They're not doing that.
Well, understand who controls that though. Who controls the USDA is, lobbyists, and who has the most money to spend for lobbyists, right? That's probably people who have huge, meat companies.
Yes.
I mean, I look at it, and this has nothing to do with Wolverine, who I think is a great company, but Wolverine packing it Eastern Market, who I think do an amazing job.
Yeah.
They on average, they make $1.5 billion worth just in Eastern Market.
Yeah.
$1.5 billion of meat production, if you would, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that I think they do a great job with what they do, but there's plenty of places that say, look, we can make $2 billion if we cut some
costs.
corners. Yeah.
Add some this, add some that. Yeah. I agree.
Maybe we don't bring fresh meat in every morning. Maybe we just skip a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And that's what it's about. It's about money, and not your health.
Not your health.
So you got to take your health.
For your health,
Yeah, and your own. You have to take control of that because you can't rely on the government. Because there's times when you're like, oh, they're not going to poison me. I can just eat this.
And then what we see, Chipotle. I mean, that whole thing with Chipotle. People were like very, very sick from E. coli, and it was crazy. And I heard the CEO of Chipotle talk about that and how unfortunate that was. And sometimes that stuff happens, and it's a tough thing.
Yeah, it's like shame on you. Sorry.
Hey, sorry, but
sorry.
it happens. Which I don't think he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
I just think that it's not his job. His job is to produce profits for Chipotle.
Yeah.
His job is not to make sure Marley B and Armand Rashad's eating.
But isn't that everybody's job?
Right?
Yeah.
You know.
The rich get richer and the sick get sicker.
Yeah.
And so for Highland Park and beyond, we want to make sure that you guys are healthy. And it is a myth that it's more expensive to eat healthy. That's not the truth. And I got to tell you, if you start, it changes your palate. Like you don't want that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I fasted with my church. I go to Triumph.
Yeah, we used to go there and we used to do the 40-day fast.
Yeah, I did the 40-day, and Pastor Ken kept pressuring. Come on, y'all stay on that 40 days. So, and I remember I ate meat when I got off of that fast, and I got sick.
Yeah.
Oh man, my body rejected it so bad.
Yeah.
I was on a flight to Miami, and it was the worst thing.
Yeah.
So, but your body would tailor it to what it
that
what's
fast
best for
is
it.
what kicked me off of eating. I used to eat a bone-in ribeye with blackened bone-in ribeye. Used to be my favorite, from London Chap House or wherever.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember last time my son and I went, we were at the London Chap House, and I got sick immediately, and I was like, I gotta stop eating meat.
Yeah. How long have you been without red meats?
Almost 5 years.
Oh, nice. So you haven't even had the chance to try prime and proper.
No,
Wow.
I've gone there. I go there,
Okay,
but I don't
but you don't
eat.
get the.
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Got it. Because I think they have a salmon steak there.
So I do the scallops
Okay.
when I go there.
Okay,
and
okay.
then that corn brulee.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So
Yeah.
no tomahawk steak for you.
No.
Oh man. Okay.
But when I'm there with clients or whoever, they're eating all of that stuff, and it's just like it's gross to me. It looks horrible.
I get
to
it.
me.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and then you go downstairs, it's like all the meat just
All the
raw
meats are
and it's dry,
downstairs.
it's aging.
Yeah.
And it looks cool, but it's like still like really.
Yeah,
This is what
100%.
we're putting flesh on flesh. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
And the whole vegan conversation is very interesting right now.
Yeah.
And it's gaining a lot of steam. But my guess is, here's a prediction on the Marley B Show.
All right, let's do it.
My guess is that in about 2 years, the vegan conversation is going to either pick up momentum once again, or we're not even going to hear about it. Like the vegan thought process.
Yeah, it's trendy.
The plant-based, because it's real trendy. Like when people start putting on social media of their eating choice, like, hey, I'm vegan.
Yeah.
Like, that's a trendy thing, right?
Yeah.
Because now it's an opportunity for us to connect with other vegans. I know a friend, one of my frat brothers, I'm like, bro, you're vegan? He's like, well, my girl kind of doesn't make it, so I'm vegan too by choice. Like, but he wants to eat meat.
Yeah.
Right? He loves meat,
Yeah.
right? But he's doing it because
picking out on it when
his
she's
girl
not around.
wants to, so
Yeah.
he's like, yo, I guess I'll do it. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
So we'll see what happens.
Now, vegan is very different from what
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian. So it's like
yours is a lot more manageable. We still can go have a good time.
Yeah, it's like it's something on the menu I can eat,
Right.
and I can still look like I'm having a good time.
Vegan is like no butter, no
dairy. Like I would like that'd be hard.
It's tough. I tried vegan. I lost probably about 12 pounds in a week and a half.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, man, this is great. People are like, are you okay? Are you
So
good?
why can't women lose weight like that? I'm just so annoyed
Well,
with
I
you
know,
right now.
I know, I get it.
Like, if I tried that, I probably would gain weight.
No, so because when you substitute something, so many people substitute it with other things. Other thing too, that men have working for us is we have a lot of testosterone.
Yeah.
Some of us, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of testosterone, which I've always had trouble saying, testosterone.
You got it.
Hey, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you have a lot of testosterone, it helps you burn. It's like a Corvette engine that burns a lot of gas because it has so much. It has so much output.
Yeah.
It just burns a lot of gas.
Yeah.
Even if it's sitting there, or like a big SUV's engine.
Oh.
It just burns gas. So that's how it burns calories. So I'm burning just sitting here more calories typically.
See,
than,
I hate you right
yeah,
now.
You don't
I
hate
so
me. Yeah.
hate you right
I
now.
can help you
Not
mimic it, too.
literally, but
Yeah.
I kind of do.
No,
Like,
really
for
good.
real.
See, the thing is, the pressures aren't on you to be as physically fit as me. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you want to be like, yeah, I did it. So
Right,
here's
yeah.
my thing. Like, I could go and do everything, right? And I could say, okay, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks. And then you could tell, but then you can't. And I think that's more frustrating for people when
Well, so
they're
I
not
think-
feeling like
Yeah.
they can see results.
But the problem, Marley, is so many people are looking for the
Instant?
thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like someone. It's kind of like one mentee's going to work. Man, I've been working for a whole year and I'm not rich yet. Right? It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
well,
that's
that's not
never
the.
happened, yeah.
That doesn't happen. It matters the person you become is what happens, and that's when
yeah.
everything else is added. You know what I mean? And I
That's
think that,
good.
if you make it in your lifestyle,
yeah, that's good.
yeah, you work the plan. I think we've seen enough cases of that where you just work the plan and that it's gonna come. So if you say,
Yeah.
look, no matter what, I'm gonna walk, 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
at this time of my day, I'm blocking it out. Just like we blocked this time out, I know I was going to be on the Marley B show.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody can call me. Nobody can talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody can get in touch with me.
Yeah.
You know, and because this is important, right?
Yeah.
I made it my priority.
Right.
I procrastinated with everything else and made this my priority.
And thank you for that.
So absolutely, it's my pleasure to be here. But if we do that same thing with fitness,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, look, everybody know, your son can know, hey, look, don't talk to mama between 11 and noon. She doing her thing.
That's
don't,
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Will you cut it off? If I called you, Marley, I'm pretty sure you love me, but if I called you at 3 in the morning and said, Marley, I need to talk to you, you'd be like, look, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Right now is my time for sleep.
Right.
So you got that time for fitness too. You got that
Right.
time where you talk to God. You got the time for your parents. You got the
Yeah.
time, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So-
all right. So Ida's and my assistant, she's in the studio. Block off some time for me to work
Yes.
out. We got to make sure we do that, right? So next time I see you,
Yeah, I want to know what time.
and I'm
it
coming to
is.
Jabs too, because you guys
Okay,
have
wait.
some boot camps as well.
We got booty boot camp. We have
Booty
ladies
boot camp.
earn booty.
I don't know if I want to boot.
You want to go there? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot nicer for you.
Is that when the girls want their booties to be bigger? Because I don't want that.
Well, no, it's not bigger. It's not bigger. Everyone wants to think big.
Yeah, like no.
It's just more fit,
More tone.
more tone,
Okay.
more tight, more.
All
Yeah,
right.
not necessarily.
I think
bigger.
that's trending too, and that's gonna dwindle soon.
What's that?
Girls are gonna be like, "What have I done? I'm
Oh.
so tired of this big old butt."
I think that what you talking about, that's surgery booty. We talking about just nice, fit, healthy booty. We're not talking about no GMO booty.
Okay.
Yeah, we just talking about nice, fit, healthy. Yeah, I
Okay.
think there may be regrets. Yeah, there may be some regrets there.
Yeah.
But I don't think booty's going out of town anytime soon.
All right.
Going out of style anytime soon. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
So,
All right. I think we covered a lot.
yeah, I think we did.
So what I want to do now is I want to talk about I want you to talk about
Yeah.
some things that you have going on, how people can become a member at Jabs Gym, any of the camps that you have, anything that you want the people to know. Let them know.
Absolutely. So Highland Park is right down the street from Eastern Market.
Yes.
Jabs Gym is open 7 days a week.
Yes.
Your first class is free.
Oh.
You can find us on jabsgym.com as well as Jabs. If you just do a search of Jabs Gym, all of our stuff will pop up.
Okay.
And you can give us a call and we'll walk you through the process of getting you in amazing shape.
Okay.
Now, if you're intimidated by Jabs Gym and don't want to show up for some reason, we have Run This Town, 11 o'clock on Saturday. So you can look us up on Facebook there.
And this is outside, right?
Yes, now it is because it's the weather has broke now,
Okay.
so we can. But that program is 100% free, and what's so exciting about Run This Town, why I love it so much, is since 2012 we've gotten over 100 people in amazing shape, right? Losing 30, 40, 50, 60. We have over a
Wow.
dozen people that have reported losing over 100 pounds with the Run This Town Detroit program.
That's
so
awesome.
it's just an amazing community of people.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you a dime.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing community of people. It's amazing what I can do by myself. It's amazing what you can do by yourself. But it is outstanding. It's you can't even fathom what we can do together.
Yeah.
Right. When you put two energies together. So we do that with hundreds of people, and we say, hey, look, I don't care if you're trying to lose 5 pounds. I don't care if you're trying to lose 50 pounds. No matter where you are, we're gonna be with you and encourage you every week to live a healthy, more active lifestyle.
Wow. And you can find that information on your website?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
You can find it on marlonrashad.com, on jabsgym.com. You can do Google search for all this stuff. We are pretty present online.
Okay.
Where they can get in touch with us and interact with our family and companies, and it should be a great time.
Perfect. And then the last question I have for you.
Yeah.
How did you get into this?
So you mentioned diabetes earlier.
Yeah.
Right. So I went to school for finance. Right. I want to be a C-suite guy. I want to be a chief financial officer. That's what I've
Okay.
always wanted to be. And so I went into corporate, but somewhere in there I felt that my energy could be used better to fight a problem that I saw my grandfather fight with for a long time, and
Oh, wow.
that was the struggle of diabetes, right?
Wow.
So I said, man, I had some popularity at that point, where I went to school at Wayne State. I was a member
Yeah.
of Kappa Alpha Psi, played football, and I also was in Dan Gilbert's Entrepreneurship Academy at a really young age. So I understood really well how to start businesses and start organizations, and so in 2012, myself and my partners decided to say, we're going to start this fitness thing, right? We're going to
Yeah.
just start encouraging people, using our voice, and then
Yeah.
Rhonda Walker got behind us, so we were on 2, Channel 4, and Channel 7, and just kind of really rallying this whole health and wellness thing. Detroit Pistons became a huge sponsor. We actually
That's
created
awesome.
the Detroit Pistons race, so
Oh,
if
that's
you go in their
awesome.
first year, I think it was 2013, 2014, I'm the person who's on a commercial for the Detroit Pistons telling you to come out
Yeah.
and run with the Pistons. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of amazing energy. And then later I said, man, this fitness thing is pretty cool. I would love to stay in this industry, because I was going to my 9 to 5 and not really enjoying it the best, kind
Yeah.
of, flying in and out of town every week. And so I got the opportunity to buy Jabs Gym. after I did a reality TV show.
Yeah.
When I moved back from California. So when I bought Jabs Gym in 2016, partners and I built that up to what it is now, and we're growing every day. And it's just an amazing thing to say. People say, "Hey, man, you changed my life because what you do every day." And I think that that feeling is second to none.
Yeah, so worth it.
Yeah, it's so worth it. And I think, of course, everyone wants to talk about the business of it all, and how it's a great business. And I think that just comes when you do a good job. But it's just really fulfilling.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of.
Well, good. That's awesome. That's a great story.
And then now, you, Marley B.
Now, me what? What are we doing?
You're going to be at Jabs Gym.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Maybe you can report live from there on your experience.
I will. I will do that.
And we'll give you a free month to try this thing out. And
all right, you guys heard that, right? Now, that's really going to get me there.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Do you know how many gyms I sign up for?
Yeah.
And then...
You never come.
The
fitness industry banks on that, though.
Yeah, they love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of gym owners who do very well financially because of people who buy things and never use them.
Yeah,
So
I can agree with that.
But we have like a 90% attendance rates at Jabs Gym. So if you have a membership, if you're paying us any amount of money, majority of the time you're gonna show up.
All right, I'm coming. I'm coming. Can I come? Start tomorrow?
You can come any day you want to.
All right, perfect.
You heard that? She coming tomorrow?
I'm coming tomorrow.
All right.
All right. You guys heard it. All right. So we have had an amazing time with you, Armand.
Thank you
so much for being here. I'm sorry I kept you way over. We were just having a good time.
It's all good. No, it's all good.
We're chilling and just talking and having so much fun.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So stay tuned and stay locked in. Is there anything else you want to say before you get out of here?
No, we can come back in a month. We can talk about how your progress has gone. And how consistent. I like follow up, right?
All right.
I can tell you, I can promise you, I can ask you to marry me, but if there's no follow up, it ain't no
right.
marriage,
If you don't give me the ring and if you don't set a date, it doesn't work.
Yeah, he asked, but I ain't never seen him. So, so now is the time we can follow up in a month. So let's set a date out from a month from now.
Okay.
And let's stay with this thing and see what we can do.
Let's do it. All right, we're gonna do that. All right, stay tuned to Select In. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B. Providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where it comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
Welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I'm also your press secretary for the city of Highland Park. So we've had an amazing show today. I really enjoyed our guest, Miss Tawana Rankin. She is fighting to keep the living legacy of Miss Jada Rankin. Her 15-year-old daughter lost her life to gun violence, and it's so very sad. But the way that she's channeling her energy, her emotions to making good for herself, for Miss Jada, living legacy of her daughter, as well as the community. So you guys have gotten that information. Just make sure if you're dealing with that or know of anyone who's dealing with anything of the sort to reach out to her so she can try to help you and you guys can try to help each other. We also talked to Miss Armand Rashad, the owner of Jabs Gym and creator of Run This Town Detroit. You've seen him on Fox 2 several times, and in 4 as well, and he's always promoting just making sure that Detroit is staying healthy and getting in shape, and we just had a wonderful conversation with him. So always follow up with him at jabsgym.com. Sorry about that tongue twister. jabsgym.com, and see what kind of boot camps he has and what programs he has, and also he does Run This Town Detroit, and that is 100% free. So make sure you guys look into that. As always, we always like to give you the information you need to know, want to know, and deserve to know. And until next Monday, mwah, I love you.